But your first 3 Olympics, you didn't get on the podium, which again, no one talks about. But like, I would love to hear how you did that and then how you kept belief in yourself to then become this legend.
So basically, that's also a reason why I'm so appreciative of my swimming career, because I think it's much harder to be like you, Katie, that people basically put the pressure on you when you're really young and saying, oh, you're so talented, you're next such and such, or you're next Michael Phelps in women's side or whatever, because you don't have this kind of experience what I have had before I won the Olympics. Because actually in Hungary, which is, I think it's kind of a funny story now, but when I was a teenager, I wasn't one. I mean, I was in the national team and I made the Olympics, but I was not the talented one. Like, I was always like Zsuzsanna Jakabos's training partner. So I was always the one. I was always joking. I was a completely different kind of person that you would think. Like after you saw the Iron Lady era, so I was like, I was there to have fun. So in my teenage years, like I remember actually 2004 before the games. And we heard that, oh my God, there's an American girl swimming so fast. And it's the same age as us. And I was like swimming like, I don't know, like 4:45 or something. Yeah. And you were like 4:30, I don't know, very fast. And I was like, and I was literally like, I cannot wait to watch her. You know, like I was not even thinking about racing Katie. So this is how it was in 2004. And that was my experience. I was very happy to be at the Olympics, and that's it. I was 15. I was very happy to be there. I had a lot of fun. I collected a lot of autographs. It was amazing. And then after that, in 2008, I made the games. And I actually really wanted to make the final at that point. And well, at that point we were watching also Beisel from the stands.
It's crazy.
And I literally was just sitting on the stands, and actually had at the time head of the Hungarian Federation came to me and said, well, I'm basically 19 years old, didn't make the final, and he doesn't really think that I should keep swimming. And then I was saying that you don't have to worry about me because I'm going to the US to study, so you probably won't see me again. and I actually went to USC to study, like in a way, like I was like, okay, I have to swim, I'm getting a full scholarship. I was very happy, very excited. And I literally, at the beginning of the trainings, I swam the practice, but I didn't push it, you know? And, you know, it just months and months went by, and I think they've realized. You guys are here? Because you're frozen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're here.
Okay.
Are we back?
And,
Are we back?
Yeah, now you're moving.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So, and then I guess they realized what I was doing, so he basically kept calling me to do get-out swims. And obviously,
smart.
And obviously, I didn't swim yards before, so right. I was like, okay, fine, swim 4 IM. And then I swam, I don't know, the first 4 IM, like get out swim, and it was really fun for me because everyone was cheering. Like it never happened to me before in Hungary. Like we don't do that, you know. So we don't do this on practice and stuff. So I was like it was very new to me, and I was like, this is actually very cool. And I swam the first 4 IM, and I swam, I guess, the NCAA cut on practice. And then Dave was like, oh, this is an amazing time. And I was like, I don't know. I never swam yards, so I don't even know what's a good time. So it was a very funny story. I barely knew anything about NCAAs. I mean, we are talking about 2008. I mean, the internet and everything just started, you know, so going from Hungary to LA, and it's a different system and everything. It wasn't like now, everybody knows kind of everything, who is who and whatnot. I didn't really. So it was very interesting. And actually Dave kept telling me after NCs that I could win world champs. And I was like, you kidding me? I was 12th place in the Olympics. Like, how could I be world champion? Like, you're joking. And like, no, like, you're really, really good. And he kept building up my confidence. And he kept saying at the time, it was Stephanie Rice, who was a world record holder. And he kept saying, like, you're going to be rice cooker in the summer.
Rice cooker. That's so funny.
Like, what are you talking about? You're crazy. And then 1 year later, I became a world champion, like in 2009. And I think that was literally self-confidence. Like, you cannot train that much in 1 year. Like, my training was there, but it just, like, first of all, I didn't believe me, and people around me didn't believe me. So, like, this is how much it matters, your mentality and how you go into it. So I think it's a crazy example how much it matters. And then and then after that...
Yeah, no, keep going.
Yeah, sorry, it's, the long career.
It's a long career.
Then,
we got a lot to cover.
5 Olympic Games.
It's like...
Don't stop
in
at
the
2009.
We are just in 2009.
Yes.
And then actually... obviously, going into the London Games 2012, I basically was like one of the contenders to win the 4am, and I was kind of already nervous, like how I'm going to handle the pressure, and like how is it gonna be to be in the final, and knowing like this is something like I could actually achieve. Like that was my childhood dream, to be Olympic champion. And so I kept asking athletes like what I should think about and how I should prepare. And I don't know, in that sense, it was probably a wrong advice, or I took it in the wrong way, because everyone was saying just think very positively and don't think about losing, and you can win, and that's it. So I kept, thinking that, and I think it kind of like kept building my pressure, like in my head and everything. So I got to London, I got in the locker room, and I literally wanted to just run away, like before the 4am, because I was so scared, like all these thoughts that I guess I didn't address in myself. Like, what if I'm not going to win? Like, what am I gonna do? Like, I just graduated, that was the plan, like I'm gonna win the Olympics and I have sponsors and whatnot, like I can keep swimming, and all these questions came up in my mind, and I like literally got like really cold, like I started freezing, I didn't want to go out, I was like really, really, really scared of that race. And I don't know, by the way, if you remember, I was leading for 200.
Yeah, I remember. I was next to you.
And you were next to me. And I was good. I think I was still ahead of you in the backstroke, literally from the outside, everything was great, And I was like, oh my God, she's so close. Like, I feel like my legs are going to die. And like these thoughts just kept coming, And I turned to the breaststroke and I was like, okay, that's it, done. Like, she caught me, she's gone, like she's better in breaststroke, whatnot. And I was like literally just couldn't focus on the race. I was just thinking about like that it's not going to happen, and what am I going to do? And literally in the last 100, that's the craziest, because I was already like, okay, I'm third place at the Olympics, like this is like awful. Like, what am I going to say? Like, it's bronze medal. And like, I literally just like, I didn't really touch the wall at the end in the finish. I was just gliding, and I turned and I got fourth place. And it crushed me. And I actually think that was literally the best thing that could have happened, because I just had to like really think over what I'm gonna do and what I want to do. So basically, which is crazy story, I think, because I was embarrassed to be fourth place at the Olympics, which is now, I think it's crazy. But that's when I started racing the World Cup to, okay, at least I get some money. So this is how basically Iron Lady started. I had to fail big time to okay, I really have to have a different mentality. I cannot be afraid of losing. And that's why I was saying at the beginning, like, I think you also have to learn to lose and you have to be okay with that. And going into Rio, I was like, I put 4 years in my life, like it was really just swimming. Like it was 24 hours. It was for 4 years for me. It was, I did everything I could to be here where I'm. And in the Lascar room in Rio, I was super relaxed and I was okay with not winning. And I was okay if I'm never going to be an Olympic champion. And for me, that I had to get to a point. Had to get to that point to be okay with that and say that.
How did you get to that point mentally after London?
I started racing in the World Cup. I just wanted to race because I knew I actually did the work, which
is like confidence for you.
Yeah. Like I was like after London, I felt like because of my mentality, how good shape I was in physically, I couldn't show. Like that was not what I was training for, and I wanted to race. And then at that point, I started to don't care like what other people say if it's the Olympics or not. I just wanted to race hard, and it's probably because I was pissed off also. It was kind of a good fuel, and after that I realized that it is really a good training, and I learned a lot. And I became confident because I lost a lot of races and I won a lot of races and I got much better, and that was the process that I had to do for 4 years to get there. But basically I was 27 when I became an Olympic champion, which is in swimming pretty old,
especially for your event
and for a female too.
Exactly. So I was so appreciative that like I able to live through that moment in an older age, because I can understand it so much better. I also felt like I won. I did what I wanted to, but before Rio, consciously, I already knew that my life is not going to completely change. Like I'm not going to be a different person. I was ready for all that, a lot of super successful Olympians go through the Olympic blues and all that. Mm-hmm. Like I was ready consciously. Like I know like it's going to be kind of the same, because I think that's when it's your childhood dream and you think that, oh my God, if I'm an Olympic champion, everything is going to be different. Mm-hmm. But it's actually not. Like you're still, if you want to keep swimming, the practices are still going to be just as hard as you have to go through that. Or, I think it's very important to know that before, because otherwise that's when you get lost, like in that kind of thing.